Hey guys, I am here with Emily Wilson, who is the writer, director, and editor for Finding Daddy. How you doing today?
Great. Yeah, very happy to be here. The weather's beautiful. We're at the Enzian Theater, which is just awesome. First time here. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
So you're premiering today, right?
And the world premiere, yes. Tonight at 6.
And it's also an Oscar qualifying festival. So how does it feel to have your film at an Oscar qualifying festival and having its world premiere here?
Very cool. I couldn't be more happy. I feel like Florida feels very appropriate for my film. So it feels like a really good home for it. And if it wins an award and becomes Oscar qualified, I won't refuse that. That would be great.
I'm going to be cheering you on so much. I'm so excited. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about your film. What is it about?
Yeah, so it's a short, kind of bleak, dark comedy with genre elements, and it's about two broke, destitute, down-and-out sisters who discover their dad on like a sugar baby dating app. And so the sisters are like, wait a second, we thought our dad was broke. Does he actually have money to be spending on sugar babies? So they go, they find him, they knock on his door and basically confront him to see if he does or does not have cash.
I love this. This is such a fun and interesting story, so original. What inspired you to make this film?
Yeah, I think, so there's like an opening journaling voiceover segment of the main character Dinky, and it's just this voiceover of her and her thoughts. And I started with just that opening voiceover. And from there, my building in Pasadena, we face the pool, and there's always this guy out there sunbathing, like an older gentleman, always sunbathing. And
there's always that one old guy sunbathing.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially in Florida.
Yes. And so I was like, this looks like the type of guy who would kind of like use sugar babies. No judgment, I'm just saying like it's that type of guy. And so I kind of just merged those worlds and one thing led to another.
Have you ever actually spoken to this man?
I actually kind of became very friendly with him, but he doesn't know that he kind of informed this film idea. I've kept that to myself.
You think he'll ever see this movie?
I think he might.
Kind of fun.
Yeah.
Kind of really fun. That like.
And I will say, so the daddy in my movie is played by the legendary wrestler Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh, cool.
And this guy who inspired the dad, the guy by the pool, is a big fan of Jake the Snake. And so I think one day I'll show him and I'll tell him, and it's a fun little anecdote. But
so fun. That's really cool. So being the writer, the director, and the editor for this film, what do you think was the most difficult part of creating the film?
I would say probably editing. I edit for a living as well, and I love it. But there were a couple scenes, I'm not gonna lie, there were a couple scenes where I just kept going back to it like 50 times, and I'm like, it's not quite right, it's not quite right, it's not quite right. And then at some point in the editing process, I'm like, well, is it ever gonna be right? Or like, is this scene just gonna be garbage? But it ended up working out. But I would say that was the point where I was kind of like pulling my hair out a little bit. Yeah.
Do you have any other projects coming up?
I have, I'm editing a short film for a friend called Being Dead Should Be Easy. Shout out to Claire and Drew. And then I'm working on a feature screenplay that hopefully one day I can make.
Love it. Well, thank you so much. And one more question. Do you have any social media that anyone can follow you and your work?
Yeah, totally. It's Instagram. So it's Emily Ann Wilson. Ann has an E at the end. Just, I always have to say that. But Emily Ann Wilson, and then emilyannwilson.com.
Thank you so much.